talking about stretches for lower back pain. We're going to talk about some of the common misconceptions around stretches, the stretches that you guys often get given that are what I would classify as incorrect stretches. And then we're going to talk about some of the sensible stretches. We're also going to talk about dead hangs as well, which is hanging from a bar like the one just up there. To help you guys understand like the role of these things and why for some people they feel good and for others they don't feel good, so that you can effectively leverage them. Because one of the important parts we talk about a lot is the relief-based work, right? Relief-based work is stuff to take pressure off this injured section of your lower back, the section down at maybe L4-5 and L5-S1 where you've got a disc herniation or something like that. And the ability to regularly take load off that section of the spine is super important, right? But it is a benefit nonetheless, and it's worthwhile doing that multiple times a day, especially if you are struggling with your back pain, with your sciatic symptoms, etc. Because for most of you guys, you're living through daily life every single day, putting load down through that back in spite of the injury that's down there at L5-S1 or L4-5, in spite of that herniated disc, in spite of that sciatic pain. And I think I'll start with some of the errors, the bad stretches. So often you will see things like decompress your back, followed by hugging your knees or doing a flossing or that kind of stuff. This all decompresses the back. Right? It stretches out the posterior part, the back muscles, and it maybe feels nice in the moment. It's really just stretching out the back part, right? Yes, if we take the term decompression, we are decompressing these little spaces where the nerves come out, right? That is making the problem worse, as we've discussed on many of the other episodes of the live session, right? By doing that, you are squashing down on the front part of the vertebra, straining all the tissues on the back. And so going back to the decompression stretches, so to speak, this is not, hugging your knees is not a decompression stretch, or rather it's not a decompression of the injury. It's a decompression of the little space on the back here. And that is not the primary problem. And unfortunately, hugging your knees and bending forwards only serves to worsen the strain on the primary problem, even though it often feels good when you've got things like sciatic pain, when you've got some pain from that herniated disc, right? It can feel good in the moment. We're actually interfering with the recovery process, because what's trying to happen is these segments, they've been strained in that direction. Now they are trying to tighten back up again, and you keep pulling them apart all the time. So it's not very helpful.